Hey, Divine Ones, it's Jerome Braggs of JeromeBraggs.com. And I wanted to come to you today to answer one of your questions. As a matter of fact, this past week, several people have been asking me about my breathing. And I received a beautiful question from Sylvie, who I met when I went to California. And she asked me, how did I get my breath as deep and as rooted as it is? When she was around me, she said she noticed that my breath was very deep and very rooted and very grounded. And she wanted to know, was it always like that? Or was there something that I did to get my breath like that? And so I wanted to take some time today to share with you four things that I've personally learned to deepen your breath, and also why your breath is very important. So, our breath is very important, like having deep breaths. Our breathing is very important because the breath is literally life. As a soul, the breath is literally your relationship to life itself. So the deeper your breathing is, the better your relationship is with your life. And I'm going to share with you exactly what that relationship is when I talk about these four things. But the more shallow it is, and the shorter it is, and the more frantic it is, that's telling us that our relationship with our lives is really not currently very good. We're either really scared, we're living a life that's not very filled with joy and love, and you'll find like the more you're enjoying your life, the more at ease in in your being you are in your life, the deeper your breaths are going to be. Literally, taking breath in is literally taking more life in. It is not a metaphorical. It is literally the spiritual experience that's literally happening. Your breath is literally your relationship to life itself. So it behooves us to know how to have a better relationship with breath. And many scientists have even found when we start to, there have been many studies that have found when people, especially with people who have high blood pressure, when they just do exercises to deepen their breath, their blood pressure can fall dramatically at times. As a matter of fact, I've seen people who have had very serious blood pressure markings where, like, it may be 180 over 110 or something like that. And they do some breathing exercises that deepen their breaths, and they take the blood pressure after that, after a few minutes of them doing those exercises, and their blood pressure goes back to like 120 over 70. I've seen that time and time again. I've seen it in my own life as well, just with breathing, how breathing changes not just the health of my body, but the quality of my life as well. So I want to share in this video some techniques that will, or some principles as well that will help you. So just based on what I was just saying about the more at ease you are in your being and with your being, the deeper your breaths are going to be. And so the more at peace you are in your life and in your, in your energy, in your vibration, which is how you emotionally feel habitually. And also the more you are connected to your innocence, which is, the truth of your being, like the truth of who you were before you were traumatized or socialized to believe something was wrong with you, or that you weren't safe in this world, or that you had to try and protect yourself from this world, right? So the more you connect yourself with understanding, the more you heal your trauma, really, and the more at peace you are, the deeper you're going to find your breathing. And so that was one thing I did. So that's number one, was I've done a lot of work with living a life of peace, right? My life is simple. I don't have a lot of drama in my relationships. Actually, I have no drama in my relationships. I do work that I love. I'm at ease and at peace with my being. And I've done the work to heal my trauma. Like that was what my near-death experience and my healing journey was all about. And so I don't feel, and what I mean by that, if you've been watching me, and you can watch many videos that I've done in the past where I talked about this, what trauma actually is you feeling like something's wrong with you, like you're not enough, and that you're not safe in your life or in this world, right? Or that all of your needs won't be met. And the more you start to feel like you trust this universe and your needs are going to be met, the more you start to believe that you are enough and you're a wholly good being, right? And the more you start to feel safe, you'll find your breathing changes. It will start to slow down and it will deepen. Because, again, it's your relationship to life. So the more safe you feel with life and the more you feel like you deserve to be here, right? You're a wholly good being. And the more you trust that the universe is going to meet all of your needs, then you don't have a scarcity consciousness. You don't hold fear in your vibration or shame in your vibration. And those are things that will literally, shame and fear especially, when we hold them within us, they literally will steal breath away. The more we feel ashamed of our being, like something is wrong with us somehow, whether it's how we look, what we have or don't have, where we are, our intellect, our personality, our sexual identity, whatever that is, whatever we're telling ourselves something is wrong with us, if we feel that way, our breaths it's hard to take very deep breaths because we are telling ourselves that there's something about us that doesn't belong to be in life, right? And then the other part is the safer we feel in life, the more our bodies relax, right? And if we're not relaxed, if we're tensed up, that tenses our breath. So that's number one, right? To really work with healing your trauma, healing the parts of you that feel like something's wrong with you, you're not safe, and that your needs won't be met, right? Because those will make you relax and be more at ease. And they will let you, and the more at ease you are in your being, the deeper your breaths are. The second thing is, I am a professionally trained singer. I know many of you all might not know that about me, but I am a professionally trained singer. And I learned a lot about deepening breath through singing, because that literally any professionally trained singer will tell you actually the key to good singing is really good breath, right? Good breath control. And one of the things we learned, which is the second key here, is to breathe from the diaphragm, to breathe from the gut area, right? Most of us really are breathing shallow breaths, which are breathing from the chest. And the key here is you want 2/3 of your inhalation, of your inhale breath, to be from the diaphragm, and the 1/3 of it to be from the chest. And then your exhalation should kind of be the opposite. It doesn't have to be the opposite, but the exhalation, you want to get to where 2/3 of your exhalation is coming from the chest and 1/3 comes out of the diaphragm. And so I want to show you kind of what that looks like, right? I'm going to show you kind of what that looks like here, which is why I'm on the floor today. So if you can see me here, right? So when you're breathing in, you want to breathe in from this section right here, right? So 2/3 of your breath are coming in from here. 1/3 is coming from your chest. And then you're going to breathe out mostly from up here. And then the last part is from here. So it looks like this. If you're taking a breath in and breathe out. Breathing in from here. And breathe out. Okay. So that's kind of how you want to breathe, right? You want to take the predominant amounts of your breaths as from your diaphragm, like breathing in 2/3 of your breaths. Coming in from the diaphragm area instead of from your chest. Most of us like breathe up here. And instead we want to breathe from down here. That will deepen your breath. And you'll find that when you practice that, your body will relax more. Actually, because again, the more life you take into the body, the more the body relaxes, right? The healthier the body becomes as well. So you want to do that. You want to do diaphragm breaths, breathing in from the gut, mostly as your inhalations are, and maybe 1/3 from the chest. So that's number 3, I think. No, that's number 2. That's number 2. So number 3 is exercise. The more you exercise the body, especially the more you do like aerobic exercises like running or Zumba, which is my personal favorite. I like to do, which is dancing, a lot of dancing and cardio stuff. So, cardiovascular exercises that work the heart and the lungs. The more you do that, the more oxygen your body will start to take in. So the deeper you'll begin to breathe. So the more you can exercise regularly, right? So try to get, 3 to 4 times a week of kind of cardio and aerobic exercise in. The more just your lungs will expand and you'll take in more breath, right? So that's another key to try to get more exercise in. It doesn't have to be something you don't enjoy, that you're stressing out over. Remember, this life. We're here to enjoy our lives, even in our exercises, right? So enjoy your exercise, but make sure that it's working you out. One thing I like to do for my cardio is I like to swim and I like to do Zumba. Those are my two favorite ways to do my cardio. I'm also doing weights now, working out with a trainer, but the cardio is kind of what increases your oxygen intake, right? So it expands the lungs and makes them kind of take in more oxygen, and your breath will deepen. And then number 4 is to do breathing exercises. I've been doing breathing exercises now for many, many years, ever since even I started meditation, which is I've been meditating almost about 20 years now, maybe 20 years now. And I've been doing breathing exercises about that same time. And breathing exercises, really, there are many different breathing exercises that you can practice. You can look on YouTube for several of them. And there are many that do many things. There are breathing exercises that can, help you get in tune with your body. There are breathing exercises that can help you open and clear your chakras. There are breathing exercises that a lot of times in yoga practices, which is another great thing that can help you with your breathing. But in yoga practices, there are a lot of things that, can breathing exercises to move the Kundalini energy through you and all of that. There are a lot of breathing exercises out there that can help you, but I'm going to share one with you. This is kind of one I do, one of my favorites, very simple to do. And it is something I give my clients a lot. And it's what's called the box breathing exercise. And it kind of goes like, you're going to take an inhale, and you're going to inhale, you're going to hold, you're going to exhale, and you're going to hold. And you hold it for the same amount of time, right? So if you inhaled for 3, you'll hold it for 3 counts, you'll exhale for 3 counts, and then you hold it again for 3 counts, right? So that's the box breathing exercise. And we can just very simply, it looks like, let's say we'll do it for 3 counts. So inhale for 3 counts, holding 2, 3, exhale 2, 3, hold 2, 3. Inhale, hold 2, 3, exhale 2, 3, hold 2, 3. You just do that for like 5 minutes. The box exercise, you don't have to do it for 3 counts. You can do it for 4 counts. You can do it for 5 counts. If you're really good, you can do it for 10 counts. But you can, whatever count you want to start with is comfortable for you. But this is the box breathing exercise is very powerful, very helpful. Again, I've seen this exercise when people do this with, when they have blood pressure, I've seen this help them drop their blood pressure down. High blood pressure, I've seen it drop it down to normal rates just by doing this exercise, right? Try doing this exercise for 5 minutes a day, for a month, and then see how you feel and see how your body feels and see how your relationship to life is, right? But try all these 4 things, right? These 4 things will help you deepen your breath. I have been doing this for years. My breath was definitely not like this in the beginning. I had very shallow breaths. I was a very afraid and very shame-filled person. So my breathing was very shallow. It was very much up in my chest. I wasn't getting very deep breaths until I started to learn this thing. I was like, oh my God, how I had not been, accessing life and breathing well all these years. And now my breath is deep. And a lot of people, when they're around me, they mention it. They say, wow, your breath is very different than how normal people breathe. And this is why. So try this, you guys. If you need help, there's many different, for number one, which is kind of healing your trauma and reconnecting to your innocence. That's my work. Helping you reconnect to who you really are and the truth of your being, and healing whatever trauma or socialization is in the way of that. But you don't have to work with me. You can really reach out to some therapists who are skilled in trauma healing, or some other healers or shamans or medicine men or coaches out there. Many different resources and modalities to approach that. But these are the 4 ways that will help you develop deeper breaths. So try them out and let me know, what your experience was with them, what you felt in your body, what you noticed. I'd love to hear. You can leave a comment under this video or send me a message. Either way. Until next time, you all, I love you. I see the best in you, and go out there and breathe deeply. Bye.